A case gone cold gets hot again. Some truth refuses to stay buried.
They don't want this case reopened.
4 years.
No answers.
But tonight, the hunt begins. Protocol Weapon in theaters now.
A new FBI whistleblower just blew the lid off the January 6th pipe bomb mystery. Software that analyzes walking patterns appears to have identified the bomber. Congress is in open revolt against FBI leadership, and the revelation about who might be involved will shake you to your core. The cover-up is unraveling fast. Now, this isn't just about solving a case. It's about whether we can trust federal law enforcement. When a pipe bomb is planted at the DNC, when the Secret Service somehow misses it in their sweep, when Kamala Harris is inside the building but hides the story for a full year, something stinks. And now we have Gait analysis technology that apparently has identified the bomber, and the FBI is silent for now. And Thomas Massie says they're either covering up or grossly incompetent. Now, if this new whistleblower disclosure proves an inside job, if someone in law enforcement planted those bombs, then January 6th wasn't just a protest that got out of hand. It was an orchestrated operation. Every American needs to know. Were those pipe bombs planted to frame Trump supporters? And as we wrap up 2025, it is time to reflect. We've learned uncertainty isn't temporary, it's permanent. Waiting for normal isn't a plan. My friends at Noble Gold Investments have helped Americans protect themselves for over a decade by diversifying with gold and silver. Nobody knows what 2026 brings. But in an uncertain world, real wealth isn't digital. It's physical, lasting, and it's yours. When you are with your family this holiday season, remember the best gift isn't under the tree, it's peace of mind. And that's what Noble Gold delivers. Peace of mind, 1 ounce at a time. So before year's end, take one smart step towards a safer future and visit nextnewsgold.com for your free wealth protection kit. Nextnewsgold.com. Don't leave your future to chance. And if you want a shot at those 10 1-ounce silver holiday coins for qualified accounts, call 877-646-5347 and tell them Gary Franchi sent you. So here's what makes this all explosive. Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino told DOJ officials that Congress is being made in ways, progress is being made in ways people can't see yet. Translation, they know who did it, but they're building an airtight case. Meanwhile, the establishment will try to spin any Capitol Police involvement to protect the Bureau. The timing, right as a Democrat shutdown collapses and the Clinton files drop. Now, this is not coincidence. Somebody's panicking, and whistleblowers are now stepping forward. Here is the DOJ pardon attorney, Ed Martin, who spoke with the Deputy FBI Director, Dan Bongino, over the weekend, who gave him a very promising update on the pipe bomber situation.
And I am very attorney at the time. That was out of my office, so I live with that. It's an extraordinary thing. I can say that the scope of that problem of J6 is almost mind-boggling. The conduct of the government, the law enforcement, the day, it's unbelievable. But we're in it, and we're in it hard, and we're in it in a lot of different ways. On the pipe bomb, I don't have anything to add except to give you some context. Let me say this: as U.S. Attorney in D.C., I brought people in, and I said, where are we on this? And we had a great FBI agents that had been just changed out to get new agents, and we had prosecutors, and we said we got to redouble, and everybody redoubled, and that's been going on for months. As to the current state of it, I don't have any comment except I talked to Bongino over the weekend, and he said, look, we are in this completely, and it's not off the radar. This is not something that anybody should think is out of the off of anybody, and Dan and I know each other for a long time. To hear him say it, I know exactly what he means, and so I'm confident that we're making progress. Look, I know we're making progress in ways that people can't see yet. I know because I'm in that. But I think on that one too, things are going to play out well. And we got great people now. We got the right people in the right places, and I think you're going to be really confident, Benny, in the coming months and really the coming years. It's going to be a long play on all this stuff, and we got to keep grinding.
And we're going to keep on grinding. In fact, we were hoping to grind today in the White House press briefing room, where we were shocked when the FBI director showed up, and he gave some remarks and then left, took no questions. And of course, the question on our minds is, are they investigating? What is the status? Do you know the identity? Glenn Beck and Steve Baker all presented the identity of this person based on Gait analysis. Kash Patel was in and out faster than you can blink. And we were quite shocked. It was very bizarre, in fact. But we were working to try to get some answers today. Sadly, we did not get any from the White House directly, but of course, as you just saw, Ed Martin has spoke to Bongino. This is all stuff happening in the background about the investigation moving forward. Now, let's continue this investigation. 13 hours ago, the January 6th pipe bomber identified software algorithm analyzes walking parameters may reveal the truth on the true identity. Here is Stitchfield Tonight, Real America's
much of it.
voice.
A setup. It is one of the most important stories of our time. I'm talking about the J6 cover-up. Specifically, what role did the FBI play? The Capitol Police, the CIA, our own government. It appears to me they were in on much of it. A setup job to sink President Trump in any future run for the presidency. It is a story that is filled with government lies. And now we have more proof that deep state vipers will...
I mean, look at that. They opened the doors. They opened the gates. They antagonized the crowd. They planted the bombs. I mean, the whole thing was a setup from the beginning. And you just heard him say, another effort to try to stop Trump from running again, to set it all up, because they knew that they'd stolen the election. They had it in the bag. Pence was in on it. The whole thing was just tucked away nicely. They needed something else that they could hang around Trump's neck forever. And that's the word we heard forever, is insurrection, insurrection, insurrection. January 6th committee, right? Who can ever forget all that stuff? I mean, think about the level that they went to stop Donald Trump. Going all the way up to the assassination attempts in Miami, Trump Doral, at Butler. It's all connected. It's all the same group working behind the scenes to protect their racket. As we just covered, the Clinton files are all about the drop. Because it all goes back to that deep state cabal of actors who've now all been subpoenaed. Kash Patel and Bondi dropping the Clinton files. It's all freaking connected. This is just one more piece of that conspiracy to stop Trump. To make MAGA supporters look like lunatics, that they're planting bombs. It's all just part of one huge, massive plot.
Do anything.
I mean, this is unprecedented in American history. This is a true coup. This is seditious treason. I mean, Oath Keepers, Stuart Rhodes, seditious conspiracy. Really? I think seditious conspiracy belongs to Nancy Pelosi. Seditious conspiracy belongs to Barack Obama, and Brennan, and Comey, and Clapper, Strzok, and Page, Hillary, all of them. They should all be slapped with seditious conspiracy. They should all be put in solitary confinement. After what they did to Stewart, what they did to all those patriots, what they did to Trump, this is unfrickin' real.
To hold on to their unfettered power. Do you remember the two pipe bombs that were found outside the DNC and RNC headquarters? The pipe bomb were caught on tape there. It shut down the counting of the Electoral College votes. I always believed it was a phony deal. It was a concocted crime to incriminate MAGA Republicans falsely. Well, The Blaze, along with the Gateway Pundit, is reporting that the J6 pipe bomber could be a former Capitol Police officer, now turned CIA security officer. Her name, according to these outlets, is Shawnee Kirkhoff. Blaze investigative reporters claim to have concluded her identity, writing this in The Blaze, quote, a software algorithm that analyzes walking parameters, including flexion, knee bend, hip extension, speed, step length, cadence, and variance, rated Shawnee Ray Kirkhoff, 31, of Alexandria, Virginia, as a 94% match to the bomb suspect shown on video January 5th, 2021. The veteran analyst who ran the analysis for Blaze News said that based on visual observations the program can struggle with, he personally pegged the match at closer to 98%. Kirkhoff's name, as you can imagine, has since gone viral. So let me be clear. I never believed the bombs were real. You saw Secret Service walking around there.
It's all unraveling, folks. It's all unraveling right now. Now, Walter Kurt, 24 hours ago, posts, it's been several days, and we've still heard absolutely nothing from the FBI on the new J6 pipe bomber story. To pretend as if the story doesn't deserve a comment is completely ridiculous. It's not going away. Well, I do think that we are kind of in a holding pattern. They're trying to get their ducks in a row because everybody knows it's just a matter of time before we get some big news. Alex Jones is predicting that bombshell story that revealed that Capitol police officer was the January 6th pipe bomber will be spun. He says it'll be spun by FBI's Kash Patel to save face for law enforcement. Predicts J6 political prisoner and constitutional lawyer. This is look at this. And we even have Stuart Rhodes. This is 24 hours ago. Speaking of him. What do you look at that? Now it's been believed that yes, they will perhaps spin this, say it was a training exercise. That's what everybody is saying. But man, I want to have some optimism here. I want to have some optimism because we all know how corrupt the FBI was under Comey, under Wray, during the Trump administration, during the Biden administration. And all of the talk of purging the FBI, purging the corruption, I'm putting my faith that we will be able to purge this because these are the tumors that need to be cut out from that era. So while Alex is saying that it'll be spun to save face, Kash Patel can very simply come forward and say, no, we've found it. These are the vestiges of the Biden era. And we have now we're now moving forward to press charges. That's what I'm praying will happen. How can the FBI help us solve the mystery? This is Mike Benz. This is 24 hours ago.
Report isn't entirely confirmed yet. It's early. It just popped over the weekend. But what it looks like is you have somebody at the Secret Service a table with the sixth investigation.
This is a huge claim, and what's the quote? Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I would like to see the actual, forensic. What's the name of the program that was used to do this Gait match? Like, walk us through that. Show the math on it. Because this is obviously something that plays to. Look, it's very obvious that the pipe bomb was an inside job. To anyone who's studied this for even a half-baked, high on, whatever drug second, it takes about 2 seconds to realize, they shut down the investigation right away. They, effectively, they didn't update. They collected 39,000 video files. They only uploaded 4 of them. They never updated the website ever again after September 2021. And it looks like they doctored the footage. They had a 1 frame per second black and white camera outside DNC headquarters. We were just talking about Watergate. Watergate was the break-in to DNC headquarters. You're telling me they learned so little from Watergate that they used a security camera system from the 1980s? The average 7-Eleven has a 30 frame per second camera.
The bomb, by the way, the pipe bomb itself, I never miss an opportunity to talk about the DNC pipe bomb because if you've seen pictures of this alleged pipe bomb, it literally is like duct tape over a kitchen timer.
And the guy in charge of the FBI at the time was the one who sold fake pipe bombs 3 months earlier in the Whitmer Fednapping case. Stephen D'Antuono
That's right.
How did they bust them on the Whitmer Fednapping case, where over half of the co-conspirators turned out to be federal assets or informants? It was two
The
FBI.
cancer runs so unbelievably deep. And as all this is happening, the White House responding to the BBC fake news lawsuit coming in, Levitt slamming the BBC as leftist propaganda after they doctored President Trump's January 6th speech. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, that this is all perfect timing. The BBC is apologizing for this, making headlines for this, as all this news, real news about January 6th is dropping.
Dishonest editing.
So the clock is ticking on the Friday deadline by which the BBC must retract and apologise for their malicious edit of the president in the documentary shown last year. The recently resigned Director General of the BBC yesterday described the organisation as the very best of society and blamed the enemies of the BBC for this outcome. Also yesterday, a senior government minister launched a fierce defence of the channel in the House of Commons, saying that the broadcaster remains a light on the hill for people all over the world. So, does the president feel that the network is taking the situation seriously? Does he believe that they've shown sufficient regret? Does this strain the relationship between the president and the prime minister? And given that the organisation is publicly funded, is the president prepared to bankrupt the BBC in his pursuit of truth and justice?
Well, thank you, Bev. There's a lot of questions in one there. I will say I know the president has a very good relationship with Prime Minister Starmer. You have been there. You've seen them in their interactions. You've questioned both leaders in your time joining us when we've gone to the United Kingdom a few different times now. However, he has always been very frank when he disagrees with leaders, even whom he has a good relationship with. And the BBC, being a fair news organization, is definitely an outlet. I think these two leaders would disagree. The president has made it very clear that this is a leftist propaganda machine that is unfortunately subsidized by British taxpayers, and he thinks that's extremely unfortunate for the great people of the United Kingdom and Great Britain. And I think that the president was deeply concerned by the editing, the purposeful and dishonest editing of his speech that was so clearly fake news. And he rightfully dubbed that term many years ago, and this is a classic example of that. We see it in the United States all the time. We see it now in the United Kingdom. As you know, the president's external legal counsel has filed a lawsuit against the BBC. We expect that to continue, and whether they apologize or not is up to them. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, so here's the video. This is the BBC edited video. In case you want to see it, here it is.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. We're going to walk down.
You see that? Talk about deceptive editing. Lawsuit incoming. So what's the game changer? Walking Gait analysis has identified, reportedly, the pipe bomber. The technology exists. The identification has been made. Yet still nothing from the FBI. Days have passed since the story broke and not a single official response. The silence tells you everything. Either they're trapped between revealing the truth, protecting the narrative, or they're building the case. Now, for 4 years, they used those pipe bombs to paint January 6th as domestic terrorism. Now we learn Kamala was just feet away from one, but never mentioned it because it didn't fit the script. We discovered the FBI might have the bomber's identity, but won't officially reveal it. Now a new whistleblower risks everything to expose the cover-up that goes to the heart of our government. So here's my question. When the pipe bomber is finally revealed, will it prove January 6th was an inside job, yes or no? Sound off in the comments, because if federal agents planted those bombs to frame Americans, that's not corruption, that's called treason. The truth is coming out whether they like it or not, so stand with us and check out our merch shop. It's linked below.